Hello there everyone, it's Nina. Thanks for joining me today for a new video. We're going to be making some Easter treat bags using a new Simon exclusive product called Sweet Treats Bag. This die allows you to create a super cute small treat bag that also could hold a gift card. I'm going to be using some fun spring papers and this Simon exclusive Bunny Butt Peekaboo stamp set. I'm going to start first by picking my papers. This happens to be a pad from Prima, and it's super beautiful with all the florals and soft springy colors. These are going to be perfect for die cutting our little sweet treats bag because the papers are printed on both sides. So the color on the other side of the paper is going to be showing through to the other side of the bag, which I think is fun. So to create your bag, you're going to fold on the score lines that are created when you die cut it. And there are 3 folds that you need to make. I always recommend burnishing those folds with a bone folder to make sure they're nice and crisp. Then with 1/8 inch Terrific tape from our Simon Says Stamp adhesive collection, I'm going to put adhesive on one of the flaps and then also the flap along the bottom. Then I'll remove the release paper and fold over the one side flap and then finally the bottom flap to close everything up. So our bag is all set, it's ready to go. There are some decorative elements that come in the Sweet Treats bag set that you could use to further decorate the bag, but we're going to add a bunny on top. So this bunny backside is from the Bunny Butt Peekaboo stamp and die set. And I'm going to stamp multiple bunnies onto some white cardstock with Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink. Then with a Copic marker, I'm just going to very carefully add a little bit of shading around the bunny just to give him some depth so he's not totally flat white. I just used 2 light gray Copic markers for this, and one of them is for the more intense part of the shading, and then the lightest one, which is C00, that helps kind of smooth that out so it's not as harsh of a line. I'm going to use the coordinating die to cut this out. Now this die actually cuts a little tab that you can use to create a door on your card, but since I'm not going to be using it for that purpose, I'm just going to trim off that little tab. So now we have the bunny all by itself, and I'll do that for all of the bunnies that I made. I did end up cutting a part of the bunny off a little bit so that they come in from the side of my card. Some I have coming in from the right and others from the left, and they're popped up with foam tape. For a nice little added touch, I did put a Pom Pom. This is a 1-inch Pom Pom on top of my bunny's tail. This adds some great texture and dimension. There's a little tag die included in the Sweet Treats bag set, and I'm going to just tie a little bit of twine across the top of it and glue that down onto my project. So I could then put somebody's name on this tag when I'm ready to give it to them, and I think that would be super cute, especially if you're making multiples. To further embellish my bunny and bring in that floral theme from the papers, I'm going to use this die set from Holtz. There's a lot of great layering florals here, and you could just cut this from some colored cardstock, but I decided to ink blend my florals, so I die cut them from white cardstock, and then I'm just using some glue to attach all the different layering pieces onto my die cut shapes. These stack together to create a dimensional die cut, which I think looks really, really cool. So we have florals and leaves, and I'm going to use some Simon Says Stamp Positively Saturated ink to do all of the ink blending. I picked out nice springy colors that went well with the colors that are in the paper. If I'm using pattern paper, I'm always trying to take colors out of that as my guide for what colors I use for the rest of the card, or in this case a project, because it helps keep everything more cohesive. To do all of the ink blending, I switched to smaller blending brushes than I normally use. These are the small blending brushes from Simon, and they're perfect for little die cuts like this. I'm also going to add little pops of color with a Copic marker for those that have floral centers, and then I'll start layering all my pieces onto my bunny. I thought this would add a nice little touch of floral and whimsy to these bags by having those little touches of floral. It gives it such a beautiful springy feel, and the layers add a lot of dimension here. So once you finish up your treat bags, then you can fill them with fun little candies. You could even fit a gift card in here if you wanted to give somebody a gift card for Easter. It's a really cute and darling little gift that I know some bunny will definitely love for Easter. Don't forget to check out all the supplies that I used listed below in the video description, as well as more details and still pictures over on our blog. Thanks so much for watching, and have a fabulous day.
there, I'm Heidi, Simon's mama and founder at simonsaysstamp.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you just saw, be sure to press the thumbs up and subscribe to see more great content.